and I have two very special guests here, and I'm going to be talking to my immediate left. This is Jonathan Roumie, who plays Jesus on The Chosen. Hello. And he also plays the role of Lonnie Frisbee in the upcoming feature film Jesus Revolution, which is directed by Brent McCorkle and John Irwin right here.
How are you guys?
The director. So, great to have you guys here. Oh, you got one of our shirts. That's cool. You look
Got a
good.
one-way t-shirt right here.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. So, John, tell me, you're holding in your hand the Time magazine. What is the date of that magazine?
This is 1971, but 7 years ago when I met you, I was
Hold it up
directing
so they can see
some
it.
other movies. Do you
Right.
guys know Jesus was on the cover of Time in 1971?
Right.
Because there was a revolution
Right.
going on in America.
Right. Let me show it to him. Go ahead.
And I found that magazine, and I'm like, I've never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah.
It was a revival that was sweeping America at a similar time of despair. And I just began to pray, like, I want a Jesus revolution in my own life, in my family's life, in my city, and in our country again. And that led to making this movie. And so our prayer is that this can happen again, and it can begin right now.
Yes. And so I remember when you were casting this film, and I think the cast is brilliant, starting with Kelsey Grammer, who plays the role of Chuck Smith.
Amazing.
Brilliant performance.
He's here tonight.
Kelsey's here up there. So hello, Kelsey.
Kelsey Grammer.
Great to have him here. And then, of course, when you were casting the role of the man who was preaching when I came to Christ, Lonnie Frisbee, I remember I said to you, we have got to get Jonathan Roumie from The Chosen. And then when I met Jonathan up in L.A., I thought, oh, he's the guy. So, Jonathan, we're used to seeing you in the role of Jesus.
Yes.
But now you're in the role, who is the Son of God, fully man, but now you're playing the role of a guy who was fully man, but was used by God. How did you kind of get from the role of Jesus to the role of playing Lonnie?
So I don't know what it's like to play the perfectly sinless Son of God. Nobody does, and I don't pretend to know. I tend to try to stay out of the way when it comes to playing Jesus.
Yeah.
But I know what it's like to be fully human, fully, fallible, and in all the ways humanity can be fallible and broken and weak. And so I use a lot of my humanity in all these other, especially in a role like Lonnie Frisbee, where he had such a wild and broken childhood, but God used that despite his weaknesses, despite the trials that he went through to make him this beacon of hope, this dynamo of the Holy Spirit with the charism of healing and touching people and reaching people's hearts and knowing that Christ was looking for them, just like he's looking for everyone here tonight that has not encountered Christ yet. Christ is looking for you. He wants to know you. He wants to get to know you on a deeper level. And so he used Lonnie in that way, and Lonnie brought thousands and thousands of hippies to Christ in the early 1970s, and the world was never the same.
That's right. So, John, there was a moment when we were filming down at Pirates Cove in Newport Beach where a lot of the baptisms happened during the Jesus movement, and life imitated art, meaning you made us film about something that really happened, but then something really happened while you were making a film.
We were filming the baptisms, and I've had the privilege of making a lot of great films, like I Can Only Imagine and American Underdog, and I love the films that we get to make.
Yes.
But I've never had a day.
This guy's
filming,
an amazing filmmaker, I'm telling you. American Underdog, I Can Only Imagine, I Still Believe, an incredible director.
Thanks for the plug.
It's true.
But what I was saying is, I've gotten to work on the privilege to work on a lot of films that I love, but never ever have I experienced a day like that.